So, you and the guys are doing boys' night this Wednesday?
Yep.
Big plans, huh?
Well, kinda. It's Sugar's 9th anniversary party.
Yeah, I saw that marked on your calendar.
So, is something wrong?
Oh, no. I never mind you guys getting together. Where you go is no big deal to me.
Yeah, but I'm sensing some tension.
Well, let's put it this way. Who had to call you last month to remind you about my birthday?
Your mom?
Yet, you remember Sugar's anniversary party?
Well, it's been 9 years.
And when is our anniversary? How long ago did we get married?
Well, us? It seems like yesterday.
Every man in SA knows this Wednesday night is Sugar's 9th anniversary party. Come enjoy 99-cent steak and fries from open to 9 p.m. and $2.75 draft and wells from open to close. Sugar's will have hourly drawings for giveaways and dollar table dances throughout the day. Sugar's 9th anniversary party this Wednesday night. Sugar's, Loop 410 in Vance Jackson.
Okay, here's the problem with that spot. It's the story of a woman who's resentful because her husband never remembers her birthday or their wedding anniversary, but he remembers the 9th anniversary of a strip club. Okay, that's the story. But the fact that it's a strip club is irrelevant. This could be, he remembers the 9th anniversary of the Monster Car Rally, or the 9th anniversary of when their next door neighbor's cat drowned in the pool. You can remove the sponsor 100%. And that story remains. The story does not inevitably lead us to Sugar's. And for me, that's a real good litmus test. Can we remove the story without touching the sponsor? Or another way of putting it is, can we take that sponsor out, put a different sponsor in, and the story is no weaker? And if the answer, so unfortunately, some copywriters think, oh, that's good. It's kind of an all-purpose story. Works for any. Well, no, it means that you're not selling the results that you're supposed to be selling. So one of the things I want to ask you is, this commercial is aimed at guys who have been to Sugar's before, and it's trying to get them to come to Sugar's on the establishment's 9th anniversary, correct? Why would guys go there on that particular night?
Why wouldn't they?
No, because again, because this spot is not intended, at least the way I hear it, it's not trying to get new business. If you've never been to Sugar's, it's not going out of its way to get you to go there. This is for people who know what this place is, they've been there before, and now they're going the 9th anniversary. So, and this is not a trick question, I'm sure you have an answer. Why would they go, why should they go on that night?
Not to imply that San Antonio is Sodom and Gomorrah, but they have a lot of gentlemen's clubs. And a lot of cities where you have these gentlemen's clubs run on the air, they all start off the same thing. They're all talking about how hot their entertainers are. Or they use the line, how well our city is built, come see it here. We found the only difference between these clubs isn't really the female entertainers, because they tend to, and I've never been to any of them, by the way. Honestly. But the girls go from club to club. The girls that are at Sugar's are the same ones that are at All Stars. So to try and sell the women doesn't really work. The people who go to those clubs...
And in some states, it's even illegal. But
the gentlemen who go to those clubs know why they're going, so I don't have to motivate them more. So it's to get them to remember that it's the anniversary of that club and to remember the name of that club, just like a beer. Because you want that club to be top of mind for them for whatever the reason is, and in this case, it's the anniversary, that there's an event going on there. Usually when there's an event like that or a UFC fight, they have some kind of specials, drink specials. I know one seminar you made fun of, the Gentlemen's Club talked about the baked potato and $2.99 steak.
yeah.
Well, that's actually their draw. They give away the food, and it becomes a big draw for men to go there for lunch for $2.99 steak and baked potato, because they're going to make their money tipping the women. And if the men don't come, the entertainers don't make money. So the clubs will just give it away. So in this case, it's an anniversary, and they have...
Anyway.
But
yeah, I know. You
but so again,
do
though,
they have a hairnet?
Okay, but let's, backing up, this is targeting people who know what Sugar's is, they've been to Sugar's before, and if I understand correctly, the reason they should come on anniversary night is they're going to have specials that are attractive. The 99-cent steak and fries was...
Or whatever it was he said at the end
They
of
said
the
that, I
spot,
think.
yeah.
And the $1 table dances. But so if it's the that's what it said. That's what it said.
So rich, they just missed it entirely.
But so if what really would get those guys who already have been there before and might well go another time, to get them to go on that particular night, if the big thing is 99-cent steak and fries, whatever the specials are, that's what you should be selling, not the fact that it's not this argument with this woman and this guy. It sounds pretty simplistic, but that story just had nothing to do with 99-cent steak and fries.
The goal given from the advertiser was that we need to get the point across that it's their anniversary. And the specials that are in that ad really are not unlike the specials they have on other days. There's not really that big a difference.
Okay, so they gave no reason then.
Yeah. But
and also, were you told to try to make it clear that it's the kind of place where girlfriends don't really mind if the guys go there, or because that was in there early on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, not told to do that. I'm told, I understand that is the case, actually. Yeah, there's couples who go they just had a wedding there. It's an odd place for a wedding, but...
How much did the bride make? And I do have one more question, but telling us that they'll be having hourly drawings for giveaways without telling us what they'll be giving away is worthless.
No, I totally agree.
You know, what are you going to give away? Half off pizza coupons, you know, or $1,000 cash? If you can't tell us, get rid of that line. The performances are very radio-like, which is not a compliment. Where she says, or I'm sorry, the guy says, I'm sensing some tension, which by itself is not a bad line. She doesn't sound tense. She sounds like a DJ reading copy. Now, maybe it's not a DJ. I don't think it was one of the saleswomen, but it's somebody who works in the building, and I'm guessing it's a DJ.
No, she's actually out of market.
Okay, she's VO talent. Well, I'm guessing she came out of radio. I guess she has a radio background. The way she delivers those lines, it doesn't match any reasonable emotion that would underlie her words. She's delivering the copy. So the second question I want to ask you is, where are those two people as they're having this conversation?
I pictured them having it in their house.
Where in their house?
In the living room.
Day, night, weekend, what?
Really didn't have any time frame for when. Could have been the evening, could have been during the day. She saw it on his calendar.
Okay. It's just, I got one thing that made the story not believable to me was there's no sense of time or place.
Where to when.
I mean, you could have told me that this was actually in the office, that they have adjoining cubicles, and it would have been as believable as in the living room.
Or that maybe he was getting ready to go that evening. He was on his way out the door.
It could be anything. There wasn't anything to anchor it, and that makes the story less believable. So what? It's just a radio commercial, Dan. What's the big deal? The big deal is if it feels phony, we just don't follow it. It makes no impact. With a story like this, a story like one of the earlier ones with a woman saying "Supermom," what you're looking for is, if you have that kind of interaction, you want people to hear it and go, I've had that exact conversation. I can't believe it. Holy cow. My wife said my husband tried to pull that out. That's what you're looking for. But these kinds of stories, we hear it, and it's just suspended in midair. None of us really relates to it, and the sponsor never will object to it. That's the insidious danger. This is the kind of spot that will win some awards, maybe, because some people will find it entertaining.
Yeah.
But I just got no sense of why, if I were one of the targeted listeners, why I should go to Sugar's that night. I just didn't get it.
It was missing an emotional point.
And also on the subject of...
Men are emotionally motivated.
Well, no, for her. Actually, I was thinking about her. For her, her role seemed to be missing an emotional point.
Yeah, well, and it seemed to be, the role was written kind of, the role was written as though someone had the idea and that the idea became the script. So it's, what if the wife is upset because he's going to the anniversary but doesn't remember theirs? Okay, done. Well, wait a minute, that might be somewhere to go, but you've got to make the story work. And getting back to what's the big deal is, if you choose to tell a story in a commercial, and you did, okay, if you choose to tell a story, no matter, despite the fact that we know it's on the radio, we know it's not real, you are asking listeners to suspend disbelief. You're asking listeners to say to themselves, okay, it's a radio commercial, but what I'm hearing sounds so realistic and so relatable that I'm willing for the moment to put aside the fact that it's a commercial and treat it as though it's reality. Just like when you go to a movie. And if you go to a movie that's just god-awful terrible and you know it's fake and you can't relate to any of it and you hate it, that's one thing. You go to a movie that you loved, probably you never forgot it was a movie, but you were willing to put that aside because they were telling this story that, by God, it was so believable that you willingly suspended disbelief. And that, I think, is the big, as I'm talking, I'm realizing I think this is the big problem for most people who try to write commercials that tell stories, is we never get past the fact that these are announcers or voice talent or whatever they are. And we never forget that and think we're really seeing this couple have this interaction. I mean, and I don't want to, I am in danger of hitting people over the head with it because obviously I am biased. I have a very strong positive opinion of what I'm about to mention. But that Nichols and May piece that we played yesterday, I never for a moment forgot that this was Mike Nichols and Elaine May and a pianist and a microphone, 2 microphones, and that it was not real. Still, I was riveted. It moved me. At times it had me almost at tears. At times it had me laughing. And I still knew it was fake, but it was so real that I was willing to play along and become part of it. I was willing to be an active member of the audience rather than somebody who's sitting back saying, "Are you kidding?" So the last thing I did, my favorite part of this actually, and you know what? I think is the realest moment of the story, was when she says, how many years have we been married? And he says, it seems like yesterday. I thought, okay, I buy that, because I'm seeing what he's withholding. Mm-hmm. What he doesn't want to say is, boy, give me a moment. Can I check my calendar, my date book or whatever? He doesn't want her to see that, and so he's trying to cover it up. And I really enjoyed that. And I thought, hey, I can suspend disbelief for that. But that was maybe the last line of the story. So thanks for answering the questions, and I know it ain't fun having me do that to you.
Yeah, thank you.